Right. I want to talk about something, and that is the car behind me, because probably you already know the model of the Peugeot car. But outside here is very noisy, so I think I will just go inside and then so say whatever I need to say. I leave the door open so that there will be a ventilation. Okay. Alright. Wow. Honestly, it's one thing I love about this car. The comfort. You can see how my leg is going, and there is space here and there is space in the front. Okay, let me get to it. This video is about Peugeot 307. Now, it's simply to respond to a question somebody asked me this morning, that I decided, let me do practical part of it, not just, explaining it. But then the car is being repaired, so I would have wanted to probably drive it, open the bonnet, talk one or two things, but there's some work going on it, so yeah, it's not. No, I could still start it, but I don't want to, so that let them complete what they're doing. Alright, so it's about the best Peugeot 307 to buy that has good fuel economy and the power. Alright, so I decided, okay, instead of writing an article about it, let me do a video of that. I've done a lot of videos on Peugeot 307, but it won't hurt to do another one. And specifically, when I got that question, I kind of gave it thought. I was like, makes sense, because I'm not sure I've ever addressed this in this manner, what I'm going to do today. Before I get to the best of the 307 that will serve these two purposes, fuel economy and the power, I will just say generally all Peugeot 307 with petrol engines, their fuel economy is very, very good. Top notch. Why did I say so? As far as I'm concerned, any car at least produced between 2000 to 2010 that give around 20, 25, 27 miles per gallon when driven in the city, and gives above 40 miles per gallon when driven on highway, to me the fuel economy is perfect. Yes, I know there could be other cars that could give you probably in the city 30 miles per gallon. I don't know. It's possible. Though I've not driven such car. Really, it could be a Peugeot, it could be another one. I'm talking about within 2000 to 2010. Cars produced around that time. Of course, the newer ones now could do better. But within this range of productions, 307 to me seems to be the best in terms of, now see where I'm coming, in terms of car that you can actually drive and feel very comfortable. I know 206 is there, but you can't be as comfortable as I am right now in 307 than in 206. 206, yeah, it has a fuel economy, but for me, it's something that I just don't want to, because I'm not comfortable. Each time I sit inside it, I don't feel comfortable. There are some people who might, but my height, it doesn't favor me. Whether it's in the front, behind the wheel, anywhere I sit, it doesn't favor me. So, but 307, I keep wondering how Peugeot did this, because when you stay outside, it looks small. I'm talking about 307, but when you sit inside, it looks as if it's an SUV. Guys, I'm not joking. If you've never driven a 307, just try it out. You don't need to drive it. Just enter inside one. You understand what I mean. Really, the way they did it, you sit and it looks as if it's a very big vehicle. from outside. There's another Peugeot car that I've experienced such thing. That is Peugeot 301. You know, same thing. Sit inside, you look like a very massive vehicle. So, so that's what I mean. As a car that you can use as a family car, a car that you can use even if you want somebody to be driving you, like you are the boss and you want to sit, others to be sitting behind where I am right now, and somebody to be sitting in front of the or behind the steering wheel and drive you. You see, you see enjoy it, because like I said, it has armrest, everything is it's comfortable. Honestly, it is. I don't say I know, yeah, other bigger cars like 607 or so will have more space and that. But personally, I'm okay with this. So that's what I mean. It's a family size car, mini family size car to be specific, with good fuel economy. So whether it's the one with TU3JP, which is 1.4 liter engine, or TU5JP4, which is 1.6 liter engine, EW10A 2.0 liter engine, EW10J4 2.0 liter engine, EW10J4S 2.0 liter engine. So all these petrol engines, none of them consume less than 20 miles per gallon when living in the city. As when you drive it to get that economy. I'm not saying, of course, you can drive and it gives you 10 miles per gallon. It depends on how you push the car. Like if you maintain only gear 2 in the city, driving even where you're supposed to push it to gear 4 or 5, so you keep driving it on 2 or 3, it's going to consume a lot of fuel. You know, so but the normal driving gives you the best. When it comes to by using it for Uber or all these commercial purposes, you make your money from here because the consumption is very, very okay. Those are things you need to consider if you are using it for businesses like Uber. You know, mostly you'll be running inside the town, and this car will serve you well. Okay, now, of course, not all of them have that kind of power. That's what I mean by saying the one that will give you good fuel economy and the power. The best for me, which I believe a lot of people will also enjoy, depending on what they want. But the best for me is the one that has EW10J4S. EW10J4S, for what Peugeot claims, at least supposed to give you about 24 miles per gallon when you're driving inside city, and up to 44 miles per gallon on highway. If you say it doesn't make sense or that it's too small, that the consumption figure is not impressive, then I don't know what else you want. Maybe you could just go for a hybrid, or can I say just buy an electric car, because it makes sense to me. Yeah, there are other ones like the TU3JP. Those ones you can get like TU3. You can get up to 27 miles per gallon in the city, or even close to 30. Well, a little bit less than 30. It has a small. On the highway, may get up to 50 something miles per gallon on highway and stuff like that. But it doesn't have that power. The only thing is you will enjoy it in terms of performance. That's my point. So 44, 20 something, the economy is there, the power is there. That's the best. Now, when it comes to the purchase cost, honestly, Peugeot 307 appears to be the best car you can buy if you claim, okay, you don't have the money to buy like Peugeot 407, 607 and the rest. It's just that good. And for example, in Europe now, Peugeot 307 that you have seen so far available for sale, they cost between 1,000 to 5,000 euros. In fact, the maximum I've seen it was like 6,000 euros. 1,000 to 6,000 euros. So when you do the calculation, 1,000 euros is about 400,000. I'm talking about factory left-hand drive, not right-hand drive, the one they buy in UK and big to it. Of course, you may even get it cheaper in UK. So you can imagine, So if when you look at it, of course, when you buy there, you have to calculate, ship, and clear all those things. Do clearing. So my point is, you find out that between 1 million, let's just say like 1 million, but I know it's supposed to cost more than that anyway, or average of 1.3 to like 2.5 million, because it depends. Like the phase 2 cost more. Is the phase 2 307 in Europe costs between 3,500 euros to 6,000 euros. Why the phase 1 you get it very cheap, very very cheap. Those are the ones you can get within 1 million to 1.5, depending on the grade. So, but personally, I prefer phase 2. That's my own choice. I prefer phase 2. To me, it looks better in terms of the look. Then phase 2, for those who like EW10A, I think that's when they started using EW10A in 307 from phase 2. I think sometime around 2004 or thereabouts. That was when phase 2 was introduced, or 2005, I don't know, something like that. So, well, so it's affordable. It's a car you buy and enjoy. The consumption, okay, it has like 60 liters. The fuel tank, that's the maximum, 60 liters. Meaning you can put fuel, you want to travel, and you'll be surprised the distance is going to cover the full tank. I'm talking about close to more, probably 1,000. I don't know, it's possible. 60 liters. It may take you close to 1,000 kilometers if you drive it for fuel economy. Understand that when people Peugeot says, "Oh, this you can get this figure of consumption if you use this car or with this engine," what they mean is when you don't drive it that hard, you don't push it loud, you don't drive it for fun. Yeah, when you drive a car for fun, of course you are burning fuel. Just that you are also enjoying what you are doing at the expense of some money you are burning. So when you drive it for economy, you know what I mean. When you choose not to speed, that's when you are driving for fuel economy. So when you drive it, yeah, you'll be surprised that 60 liters, even with that EW10 J4S, could take you close to 1,000 kilometers on that trip. Meaning there are some places, it may, like from here, may take you to east and if possible bring you back. Okay, what more? Now let's talk about the pass. Now we've cleared the purchase cost, meaning that if you can't afford the ones that cost over 2 million naira or thereabout, this is very cheap one you can buy. Now let's talk about the pass availability of pass, specifically for EW10 J4S. Now EW10 J4S is a 2.0 liter engine. Okay, before I even get to the pass, availability of pass, let's talk about the differences, or why I choose this EW10 J4S. It's a 2.0 liter engine, and it's similar, it's almost like identical to EW10 J4, not in every part. The upper part of it looks a little bit different. The covers looks like that of EW10A, sort of. I'm not saying it's identical, but similar. But the rest of the engine, the block, every other part is almost like the EW10 J4. So the EW10 J4S, like I said, is 2.0 liter and is petrol powered. And why I love that engine is because of the maximum power it produces, and that is 180 horsepower. I mean, it's just, to me, among the best Peugeot car in terms of power you can buy and enjoy within that range. That's if you are not going beyond it. Okay, let's just say within the hatchback family. If you want to buy a hatchback, that car, you can't even, yeah, 206 is there, but like I said, I'm giving you my own reason why I would prefer the 307 to 206. But 307 make more sense. So the power is there, and yet the fuel economy is as well there, compared to 406, 407, 607, and the rest. It's only 206 that I would say you cannot even beat, but I mean, the difference might not even be that much. Okay, the difference of consumption between 206 and 207 and 307, I don't think is that much. I've not done that comparison anyway, but I know it won't be that much. I mean, think of it like this: Peugeot 207, Peugeot 308, those ones produced from 2007 upward and the rest. The maximum horsepower they had was, I think, what is it, 165 or 175? I'm not sure it got up to 175. I probably will look it up later. So none of them got up to 180 horsepower. I mean, the biggest engine or the most powerful engine in Peugeot 308. I'm talking about T7, right? The first one, the one that we have first produced. It was in 2007 or so that the production started. And then it's turbocharged. Meaning it comes with its own issues as well. I think for me, I prefer the ones with the timing belt. You know why? Because I can always easily replace the timing belt when it's due. But the one of timing chain, yeah, you can replace it. But replacing timing belt is not a small boy work. As in, wow, I mean, you need to understand. If you are technical, you know what I mean. Especially for that engine that has limited space. So, because if the chain fails, man, it will just ruin the entire engine. It will damage it. Then yes, it doesn't cut, but then it comes with its own sign by making some noise and the rest for you to know that the chain is about to go. But my point is, the EW10J4S is easier to maintain than those THP engines with turbocharged or turbocharger, if I will say collectively. That's well, even the engine oil now, yes, they are available. The ones for the THP engines, you can now buy them in Nigeria. But when you look at other factors, some of the things THP owners go to, most especially that turbocharger, you may find out that this one makes more sense, and you know why? It even has more power, 180 horsepower. Even this new 508, not the newest one, but the 508 produced from 2010. That's the phase 1, from 2010 to 20. In fact, phase 1 and phase 2, 2010 to 20. Is it 2017 or 2018? All the engines in them, or the maximum power, I think it was 165 mass, 165. The first one, for the petrol engine, had 163 mass. Phase 2, 165 maximum. Yet this engine has 180 horsepower. So that's what I'm saying. And the maintenance is just like normal EW10J4. So I mean, since a lot of people, most Lion users like in Nigeria can easily maintain EW10J4. So why not at least now, since it's almost the same maintenance cost, you start enjoying the power that EW10J4 lacks. That's my point. What do you need to do? Just change your timing kit when due. Same time you change your EW10J4, the same change interval for EW10J4S. EW10J4 has, is it 138 horsepower? This one is hoping, 180. That is small thing. And what I mean is, even possess more power than my 505 V6. Even possess more power than EW12J4. So imagine when it's in a smaller car, how the car will behave, and it's to make it as manual only. They didn't even build automatic. So I'm just saying this for you to actually understand what I mean. That it makes sense, as in, I don't know how to say it, for me to even say I will choose for 307 with EW10J4S engine than 508. Yeah, 508 is newer, it has more gadgets, I understand, blah blah blah. But someone like me, all those things I'm not too carried away. I'm not saying that I will enjoy them when I'm in them. When I sit beside 508 or drive them, yeah, I do enjoy. But eventually, someone like me is the type that, man, I need that power. I don't care. Yeah, as much as I care about those gadgets, but my major interest in driving is fun. I want the one that I can shift, push the throttle, and off it goes. That's what I want. Not just looking at television mounted on the dashboard. I can go into my house and watch television. Yeah, those gadgets are okay, but so I would choose that 307 over the 508 because of the power and the fuel economy. Okay, yeah, 508 is there, it's good, but I'm not sure if the consumption is that high. If 307 may even consume higher than the may consume even less, because I know the 508 is newer. So it is a lot of improvement on the fuel economy. Still, the 307 has its own advantage. It's smaller. It has, so the consumption may even be the same. Probably I'll also check it out. I don't think any 508 on highway with THP engine will consume anything less than probably 45 or thereabout. That's what I say. It's likely be the same. The one, because I know the last time I checked, I remember that was maybe like 2-3 years ago. I did that comparison of THP engine fuel consumption. It was like it was only the diesel that got close to once. Is it 60 something or so? The petrol, we are just on highway within that 40, maybe 50. So that's what I'm saying. I prefer that 307 with EW10J4S to the 508 that I know that is newer, that is more luxurious, and blah blah blah. So now you know why I meant that. Then when it comes to availability of parts, the good thing about the EW10J4S is it shares parts with EW10J4, EW7J4. Most of the parts on there, if I put it another way, the wearable part, the parts that you normally change, the timing kit, the auxiliary belt kit, oxygen sensor, though that one is not part of the engine anyway. It's almost the same with the rest. The CTS, map sensor, name it. It's almost the same. I know there are one or two changes, like I know the crankshaft pulley of EW10J4S is different from EW10J4. One or two other parts, but those are the parts that could last many years before I even think of failure. By that time, you have gotten one, even if you have to order it outside Nigeria. But I doubt it's something you can easily buy or find one that will match. So the parts are available. The parts are the same. Even the fuel pump, every other thing, just the same with the other 307. So why not just buy it and enjoy? Okay, maybe you are not that into power. Maybe someday you may become interested. I know people that bought a TU5JP4 307 with that, and yeah, they were enjoying, but after a while they started like, it's not that I'm complaining, but the power is not that there anymore. I thought it was there before, but now it appears something is wrong. I'm no longer feeling the power. You're not feeling it because TU5JP4, it doesn't have that much power. I don't understand why people always go for it. How much? 110 horsepower. Come on, it's a very small power, man. And the fuel economy is not even that great, as far as I'm concerned. Like I always tell people, if you're going for T7 or Peugeot 308 phase 1 and you don't want a turbocharged engine, buy the model that 308 with VTI 120. It makes more sense to me. The consumption is lower than that of TU5. Yeah, that same 308 comes with TU5JP4. Most people prefer it, but me, I prefer the VTI 120. Because it has more power, at least 120 HP. The other one 110. Okay, not much different. But the fuel economy, it consumes less than TU5 JP4. And another good thing about this ES9 J4S, it has VVT. So all those things helps the fuel economy. The power is there, and still it doesn't affect the fuel consumption that much. You know. So the parts are available. That's what I'm saying. And yes, not everything that you may find depends. Though I've not looked very hard for some of these things, since I don't own one, so I may not really know. But I know I've diagnosed one or two, and the parts needed to be replaced were replaced without any fuse. I didn't find it hard to get those parts because they are almost the same thing with the other EW engines. So don't get scared that you won't be able to fix it. In fact, funny enough, even the head gasket, the cylinder head gasket, or the one Nigeria is called top gasket, is exactly identical, not just the same thing with EW10J4. I hope you guys see where I'm coming from. So even if the car overheats tomorrow, you don't need to go and worry yourself about importing the gasket. It's here. The reason why I'm saying that the parts are not, because it's not a common engine here in Nigeria. Most people don't know about it. So that's why the dealers are not buying every part that affects the engine. But the main parts you need to keep the engine running, even if something goes wrong, they're available. Unless you are the type that like killing engine. If it now comes to separating or piecing the rings, you won't get it here. The piston, you won't get it here. The crankshaft, you won't get it here. They're all different from the other one. The cylinder head different from the EW10J4. So in that case, if you have any issue with the cylinder head, or maybe you didn't change your timing belt and the cut, you likely may not get the valve. I didn't look up to find out if the valve is the same with EW10J4, but it may not be so, because the block, the bottom part of it is almost the same with EW10J4. It's the upper part that is completely different. The crankshaft, no, the bottom part is not even everything, because the crankshaft is different, the pistons, everything, the connecting rod, they're all different. So what it means is you buy, maintain it for years, you run it. Worst case scenario, if something happens, you just have to buy another engine. But all you need to do, so as long as you don't want your engine to fail, just change your timing belt when you use the recommended oil. What's the recommended oil? Total was 9,005W40. It's available. It's available here in Nigeria in surplus. That's the only oil recommended for that engine. Total was 9,005W40. Then maybe if you don't like the total one, you can also look for other equivalent of that. Total was 9,000, and the Peugeot approved code for the engine oil for that engine is PSA B712296. So if you see it in any engine, if you see it in any other brand of oil, use it. That means it's recommended for it. Of course, I'm not saying you cannot use any other grade, but unless if the engine is weak, that way you can go less. Other than that, that's what you're supposed to use. So we are done with the availability of parts. So it's very cheap to maintain, just like EW10J4. And not that, yeah, go and start the car. So they're actually working on the car. So it's cheap to maintain. The clutch, yeah, because it's manual, so the clutch kit is the same thing with the EW10J4. That's the clutch pressure plate, the friction plate, the release bearing, and it's standard. It's what's it called? 5-speed manual gear. So don't worry yourself about the parts. It's available. So if you want to buy, that's one I would recommend. Phase 1 and Phase 2 has it.
It's on now.
They have it. So you can buy it in Phase 1, you can buy it in Phase 2. Except that me, I prefer the Phase 2.
See on now. See on.
So it all depends on what you want. Phase 1 will be cheaper. Alright, so if you want to buy it, and good thing is very much available. Some people prefer the convertible. Yeah, convertible 307. Maybe you don't know, if you know, look it up to see what it looks like. It's very good too. It's good. Meaning you may choose to, okay, let me get a weekend car. Maybe you have other cars that are used for weekdays, but let me get a weekend car, manual car that has enough power that you want to enjoy on weekend. Oh, you need the weekend, you just remove the roof. Of course, not like remove, you just press it, it goes back, and you cruise around the town, blast your music. Most times they all come with, those convertibles usually comes with JBL, so enjoy yourself, put on your sunglasses, let natural air blow through you. Life is good, that's my point. So you can get it in convertible too, which is also cheap. That's a good thing. Also, even the convertible, the CC, that's the badge, CC. It also costs between that 3,000. In fact, you can even get 2,000 something euros. It's almost the same price. It's almost the same with the hatchback, the station wagon. Though they tend to cost more. They usually cost more. But what I'm saying, you can still get it within that 1,000 to 6,000 euros. In fact, I'm yet to see any 307 that costs more than 6,000 euros. So on average, with 2,000 euros, you can buy one. Even 1,000, like I say, can get you one. Everything is now shipping costs and everything. But at the end, no matter what, maybe you're looking at 1.2, 1.3, 1.5. All depends. Or even 1 million, who knows? But on average, it's going to cost more than 1 million. That's my point. So, before now, I don't really look at 307 that much. So I look at it the second time. Yes, I drive there and do that, but not like it takes my attention. Or I look at it like 2-3 times. Oh, that's a lovely car. But immediately I drove that first time I drove that 307 hatchback with that EW10 J4S. The very first, in fact, that was the only time I've driven the car up till now. I've not driven it again. I've repaired another two, but I didn't drive them. Since then I started giving respect to 307. Honestly, it was moving like mad, as in crazy. Imagine that small body and this car was just speaking, as in, yes, the engine was harsh and everything, but man, at least the reason why I enjoyed the drive was because the other EW10 J4 or the other EW engines, they just make noise. They only scream without the commensurate power. You push the car, okay, EW12 does, it moves anyway. But EW10 J4, EW7A or 7J4, they just scream, make noise, but you really don't see that power to make it match with the sounds. But this one, it moves like crazy. You need to drive this car to understand. And yet the fuel consumption is still okay. That's my point. So why wouldn't you buy and enjoy it? But if you don't, the other ones, as in 307 is just the cheapest, good, fuel economical, reliable or durable Peugeot car you can own. Guys, I'm serious. For example, the one with EW10 J4S engine, all the instrument panel has oil temperature gauge. All of them. Of course, the standard 307, they don't come with it. So it means you can only see your fuel gauge, your your coolant temperature gauge. That's all. But this particular one with EW10 J4S, it comes with oil gauge. Some, like EW10A, also do come with it. But I'm saying for standard, not all. Well, most of them do come with it, like especially the ones that have 2.0 liter engine, that's EW10 J4. But those ones with the TU5, JP4, I don't think so. Unless maybe you change the engine. No, you change the instrument panel and now put the what's it called? The sport, because that's what Peugeot calls it, sports sporty instrument panel. So they made it for the ones that comes with 2.0 liter engine, at least for petrol, the ones I know. Any other one less than 2.0 liter engine, they don't come with that because it's not meant for sports. So the reason why you need to be seeing your oil temperature gauge is to know when to start pushing hard, because for that speed to happen, you need to make sure it's safe for the engine, because it's the oil temperature that will tell you how safe it is for you to press your throttle, or how low you need to press your throttle. So that's why it comes with it. So, and it's one of the things I like. Right now, almost all my Peugeot cars, 505 V6, 406 V6, 607 V6, they all have that oil temperature gauge. So it's a very good thing. You won't understand until you start using such and you start paying attention to it. So it comes well packaged. In fact, it's designed for sports. Just know it that. 307 with EW10 J4S is designed for sports. Period. I'm not saying it's a race car, but need to put into consideration the suspension, everything, so that you can actually have fun with the car and it keeps you safe. So I know this video is going to take long, but man, I just pouring out my appreciation here, and I believe eventually one or two persons will resonate with them, and they will make their choice. You can still buy other models with TU5, JP4, TU3, JP, EW10 J4, EW10A, they're out there, manual, auto. It's only TU3 JP comes only in manual, but every other one automatic except EW10 J4S as well. Now I know another question is, how would you know which one is which? Well, if you're not technical, I don't know. Though if I did a video some days ago, I put a picture of about recommended oil for EW10 J4S. So I used the picture of the engine to do that video. So you may go back, scroll down this channel and see where I talk about EW10 J4S recommended engine oil. So the thumbnail you see there, that's what it looks like. Or you can just search for it online, you see the picture, or just get the VIN. From the VIN, you will know if it's it. However, if you're buying it here in Nigeria, be careful. Don't rely on the VIN, because most people probably have converted theirs from EW10 J4S to EW10 J4, or even to TU5 JP4. So be careful. So the final thing I would say is, yes, I wouldn't mind to own such a car, to have it. Trust me, guy. I mean, I think I'm able to add it to do list of project cars I'm eventually going to have. So if you want, you can join the club. If you don't want, look for another model. There are other project cars, but it's just that it's cheaper, affordable to maintain, parts available, good for economy, power. What else do you need? And it looks modern too. It looks modern, doesn't look dated. That's a good thing. Okay guys, I think this is almost 38 minutes, so I wish you guys the best, and in your endeavors in search of Peugeot 307 and all that. So I know there's a guy that asked me once and said, of all the Peugeot cars, which one would I recommend that is more reliable and durable? And I told the person, there's no Peugeot car that is not reliable and durable. But if what you are looking for is just any car that you can, jump in, get to the, maybe 307 is the one, maybe that is for you. Just go for it, honestly, you enjoy it. Alright guys.